The Chinese have been eating insects and other bugs for millennia. I lived in northeastern China for a while and was once offered silkworm pupae, which I politely declined. Meanwhile, the taxpayer-funded ABC has been steadily publishing more and more articles about why Australians need to start eating bugs to save the planet or something. Yes, that is a smashed avocado bagel with bugs in it. Why anyone feels the need to add bugs to a perfectly fine bagel, I have no idea. But there you go. Just today, they published an article titled, "Insect Industry Knows It Needs to Overcome Squeamish Consumers Before It Can Grow." Unsurprisingly, they filed it under Sustainable Living. They opened the piece with a picture of some fried mealworms with a wooden spoon, as if that's supposed to be appetising. Look, I'm a vegetarian, so I wouldn't be eating this anyway. But even if I weren't, I still wouldn't be eating it. Unless I was stranded on an island with no other food options and faced certain starvation, even then I'd be questioning my choices. Now that I've gotten my rather biased opinion out of the way, I'll aim for a more balanced perspective in my reporting moving forward. The British equivalent of the ABC, the BBC, is also pushing the bug-eating agenda. Promoting insect-based and alternative animal proteins. Just earlier this week, they published this article, "Are nutritious edible bugs a future food source?" Wait, why is nutritious in quotes? And then there's the picture, some delicious-looking gluten-free, dairy-free chocolate brownies, baked using flour made from ground-up crickets. Why? What's wrong with wheat flour? Are we running low on wheat or something? According to Google, the most widely planted crop on Earth is wheat. It is grown on a larger area of land than any other food crop. Wheat is a resilient crop, thriving in a variety of climates, including dry and cold regions. That sounds like the perfect crop. So why the push to replace it with cricket flour? Anybody? Actually, just last year, Australia's National Science Agency, the CSIRO, released an article titled, "Insect-Based Food Could Trigger Allergies," warning that people with an existing shellfish allergy could experience reactions from food derived from crickets. So now, not only is the BBC pushing crickets into our baked goods, but it might also be opening up a health-related can of worms, literally. Would you be tempted to try some teriyaki crickets? No, I wouldn't. To be fair, just a few years ago, the CSIRO was actively encouraging Aussies to eat more bugs. Take their article, "4 Reasons Insects Could Be a Staple in Aussie Diets from Zesty Tree Ants to Peanut Buttery Bogong Moths." I don't know what a bogong moth is, but let's be honest, adding peanut butter to it doesn't suddenly make it more appealing. However, based on recent news reports, this bug-eating agenda is moving full steam ahead. Last year, SBS reported, Australia has approved 3 insects for eating. Those insects are super mealworms, house crickets, and mealworm beetles, which can be grown and processed whole, ground into flour, or made into paste. As Charlton Heston's character, Detective Thorne, famously said, "Soylent Green is people." Correction, it's insects. To be fair to the article, it does mention that crickets and mealworms produce significantly fewer greenhouse gases when producing 100 grams of protein compared to beef, although I'd argue that chicken and pork aren't particularly bad either. Crickets and mealworms require less water and feed than cows, pigs and chickens, and produce about 5% of the carbon emissions cows do. And of course, they bring Australia's Aboriginal people into it. Witchetty grubs are just one of the many native insects traditionally eaten by Australia's Indigenous people. Again, the picture is not inspiring me to eat more grubs. The ABC, of course, tends to target children when promoting these controversial ideas. Toast with edible insects for added crunch. Can't you just use crunchy peanut butter instead? Just like wheat, the world produces tens of millions of tons of peanuts annually. There is no shortage of peanuts. On the ABC's Behind the News program, widely used in Australian classrooms to reach upper primary and secondary students, they ran a segment titled, "Are Bugs the Next Big Food Trend?" On YouTube, it has 4,000 views after 10 months and a grand total of 28 likes. Of course, comments are turned off because how dare we be allowed to comment on a taxpayer-funded program? The conversation has decided to turn this into a political issue, releasing an article just yesterday titled, "I Will Not Eat the Bugs, Examining a Right-Wing Narrative About Scarcity and Insect Consumption." Essentially, they claim that right-wing figures are spreading fear and disinformation about eating bugs, acting as if only the far right could possibly oppose bug consumption, which honestly is just a whole lot of baloney. Apparently, all left-wing people love eating bugs. Sorry, I've really failed at being objective in this video. I just can't wrap my head around eating bugs, and frankly, I see no reason why I should. What about you? Are you a right-wing, bug-refusing planet hater?